Hello, my name is Esther Maria Andujar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid career author. I usually write under the fantasy umbrella. I do have serialized paranormal romances on Coffee and Patreon. They will eventually be turned into books. Um, this is not for sale right now, but this is an example, and it's going to be under the pen name of Mireya Navarre. And I do write contemporary romances under a non-disclosed pen name, which I lovingly call pen name Sally, or just Sally. Today's video is about my writing life curriculum. Um, you might be asking yourselves, what the heck is this? So, what is my life curriculum? This is a trend originated on TikTok, and the focus of it is to use the momentum and the nostalgia of back to school season to inspire a month long or longer lesson or curriculum to do a deep dive into a topic or a hobby you've been wanting to do but have not set time aside. A lot of people are participating as a way to counterattack doom scrolling. I found out about it through a few videos here on YouTube. Can you tell which platform is my problem? So, here are some of the um, people that I learned it from. Um, I for the first video that I saw was from Ali's Bow, uh, where she is treating it more like a semester instead of a single month curriculum, and she is blending the back to school nostalgia with the fall aesthetic and coziness of it. And the Build Your Life curriculum September research is the first video on her series about this. Then I saw Mia's digital diary, and she went into like the lessons that she's doing, what books she bought, and which ones she's gonna source from her library, and what are the kind of like practical things that she's gonna do. Um, because if there's no action behind it, this is just like a glorified TBR. Honestly, Olivia Lee also offers a kind of like a Notion design. And I think she's offering her that Notion page for free. And she's going into more of like things that will be helpful in like three areas in her life that she wants to um up level herself or learn more about or finally start learning about it, things like that. For what I can tell, Elizabeth Jean, which is the only TikTok screenshot that I have, it seems to be credited as the person who created this life curriculum type of thing. Most of the people on TikTok that are doing this are doing it monthly. And I've seen that on YouTube, a lot of people are doing it more like a quote unquote proper semester. So this this was very interesting. It kind of like all on me for a lot of reasons. So what's gonna be my life curriculum about? My curriculum will focus on the topic of writing, shocker, right? The rest of the year, I'll be focusing more on finally getting ahead as much as humanly possible. Um, most of you know I write under different names and different like different genres and things like that, and I desperately need to be 6 to 8 months ahead, um, when 2026 begins, so I can slowly but surely make my way to be a year ahead of things. Um, just because life happens, and I will much rather have be consistent for my readers and not have the ebbs and flows and the peaks and the valleys of my life seep through their experience, with me as an author and with my stories. So I built my curriculum to make space for writing, to learn more about the craft, and consume storytelling through a variety of mediums. So, what do I mean about this? We're going to talk timeline first. I'm gonna treat it as a semester, as a trimester. I apologize. So I'm starting today, Monday, September the 15th, and it ends on Saturday, December the 20th. I gave myself 3 days off based on the holidays I know I'll have off from my job. One of the main reasons I decided to do it that way is if I was going to uni again, I will still have to balance uni work with my work plus family. So, uh, you wouldn't get day offs unless you have day offs from work, and maybe, depending on the semester, a couple of days before the semester ends. So, for sure, days that I know I have off, like for sure, is Monday, October the 13th, Thursday, November the 27th, and Friday, November the 28th. So, what did I end up with? I ended up with 3 months, 14 weeks, and 93 days to complete my courses. So, what are my courses? Okay, so my writing courses. I've created 3 courses. I have dubbed them WRT 101, 201, and 301. So my WRT 101 is the craft of writing, theory, and practice. I have WRT 201, the joy of storytelling, and I have WRT 301, which is the writing workshop. So, what do I mean about this? So, my WRT 101, the craft of writing theory and practice. So, I'll be using the following books to expand my knowledge and craft and the minutia of grammar. The first book is Steering the Craft, a 21st century guide to sailing the sea of story by Ursula K. Le Guin. And then self-editing for fiction writers, How to Edit Yourself into Print by Rennie Browning and Dave King. I have assigned specific weeks to read a certain number of chapters and complete the exercise of the book. If I remember correctly, the first 5 weeks is for steering the craft, and then the next 9 weeks are for the self-editing fiction writers. The self-editing fiction for fiction writers have a lot more exercises compared to steering the craft. So I have stipulated that at the very least I will do one, since for steering the craft it's just a single exercise per chapter. So at the very least I should be doing one exercise for the chapters in self-editing for fiction writers. I also have the WRT 202, The Joy of Storytelling. So this is the course that I will be consuming storytelling. I have a running list of books, movies, TV series, podcasts, live reading, games, etc. to choose and consume. I have assigned Saturdays as the main day for this, but I can use some of my morning and time between my WRT 101 and WRT 301 to enjoy storytelling. The thing is, mainly I want is to consume a lot of different styles of storytelling. So I have fantasy, I have contemporary, I have YA, I have magical realism, I have movies of all sorts of genres, like mystery and thrillers and sci-fi. Same thing with TV series. I have a couple of Twitch channels that do live readings. And a lot of these live readings are more like story time, book type, like the the type of stories that you will get read when you were a kid, or maybe a short reading of a short story or a poem or things like that. The thing is, consume storytelling, because a lot of the times by consuming what we want to produce helps us to understand it a little more naturally. Well, yes, in the first course, I will be learning about the nuts and bolts and the nitty gritty of the craft. I also want to experience storytelling in these different ways. And then my third course is WRT 301 is a writing workshop. So I have scheduled 4 hours, Monday to Friday and Sundays. Most days, my private writing workshop will be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And when I say private writing workshop, it's not like I have a private group, it's like me, myself, and I. Some days I do have to change the time because I have previous commitments. As for example, today I already had a commitment for a stream within those hours. So, I know Wednesday I have the entire day off, so I'll probably do 4 hours in the morning and then the 4 hours in the evening, to work on that. The purpose of this course is to have a set time during the trimester to brainstorm, outline, draft, revise, edit, proofread, and format my books. This is this is what will function as the course where you actually do the work you've been learning and hoping to turn into your career. If I was a part-time or a full-time writer, this will be my, what I will say, quote unquote, my office hours, where I sit and do the work, the actual work. I know I do have to do admin things um like drafting a newsletter, maybe do some socials, things like that. That I have to find other time. My writing workshop is not for that. My writing workshop is to produce the books, the actual thing that makes me a career author. So, why? Why am I doing this? So, my doom scrolling doesn't happen on TikTok or Instagram. It happens here in this platform on YouTube. I also wanted to try something that will help me alleviate that problem while it helps me do the work I will still have to do, whether the trend assisted or not. I have to write these books. I already had it in my production calendar that I will be aiming to work on all of these books that are set to release months and months ahead of time. Um, so definitely this is something that I feel like kind of like learned it at a good moment so I could capitalize on the trend and kind of like all the like videos popping in and out about it, and kind of like getting the momentum of things. So yeah, And that's it. This is a short video just introducing what I will be doing. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you on the next video, and I don't know if I will be doing updates about this as the trimester goes, or if I just gonna do one at the end of the trimester, but yeah, we shall see. I will definitely see you on the next video. Bye!